Hello and welcome to the first episode of a new show I'm trying called What the Wrestling? See, since the move into the new house and getting the new cable, well, I guess new satellite, I've gotten the magic of DVR, which has allowed me to actually watch pro wrestling again. So lately I've been checking out all of the various wrestling companies available, and some stuff has been coming up that has been really scratching my head and really making me second take, you know? And so I decided every month I'd have a brand new show where I basically would just talk about these strange things that came up. Odd decisions from these various wrestling companies. Now, this first episode, I'll admit, for the most part, is going to be talking about WWE. But I'll be able to gather more notes and stuff for following months on the other companies, provided they do weird things. They probably will. Anyway, this is What the Wrestling, and I'm Josh Mills. Let's get ready to rumble. Last month, we were seeing the building rivalry between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders over in WWE. Now, the Street Profits, they're pretty standard as far as gimmick goes. They're not really weird. But the Street Profits are still your basketball-playing, hip-hop, bling-wearing party guys. The important thing to know about the Street Profits is they are the tag team champions. The Viking Raiders are two large, white, bearded men who very much enjoy the medieval times kind of shtick, especially when it comes to Vikings. They were doing a competition over the last month. Anything you can do, we can do better, where they competed in specific events. They first started with basketball. Well, the Street Profits won the basketball. Not really that surprising. They went on to axe throwing. The Viking Raiders won that one. Then golf, and then bowling. Well, it wound up ultimately even, and it came down to a tag team match. That's where this goes weird, because at Backlash we had some hip-hop sports dudes versus a couple Vikings trying to hit each other with bowling balls and golf clubs and basketballs, and the events coming up again. Nobody getting hit with axes, though there were probably some close calls. And just when the match could not get any weirder, boom, motorcycle ninjas. I kid you not. Suddenly, ninjas on motorcycles appeared to interfere in the match and make sure that the Street Profits remained the tag team champions. Turns out, this was an attempt of WWE to bring up NXT star Akira Tozawa to the main roster. And they decided, in their infinite wisdom, that Akira Tozawa would have the gimmick of leader of a ninja clan, instead of being just this top athlete from Japan like he was in NXT. It's like, of course, let's just make him a ninja. Sure. Anyway, him and his ninja clan, particularly one big black ninja, it's a really huge guy. Wonder who it is. But anyway, big guy, big ninja costume, masks, of course, like all the other ninjas except for Akira. And He apparently is their big enforcer. He came out and he was tormenting, him and his ninjas were tormenting the Viking raiders and the Street Profits until the Big Show showed up to help them beat down the ninjas, particularly the large one. It's like, after the ninjas made their escape, hooray, Big Show. After all that, then Akira challenged RTruth for his 24/7 championship. Now, I do like that the 24/7 championship is back. Remember good old days of hardcore 24/7? That some really wacky stuff happened, but Attacked by Ninjas is a new one for me. But basically, RTruth lost his belt thanks to all the ninjas. Eventually, he got it back. But anyway, this was a wild ride. This was crazy. I didn't have a huge amount to say about anything else on WWE. That really stood out as the what the heck's going on? What am I watching moments. I don't have anything currently for AEW. I know they did crazy stuff, but I don't remember it. Next month I'm making notes. But Impact. Impact Wrestling. There wasn't a whole lot I didn't really have a problem with anything they were writing. Their wrestling was fine. But there's just a convoluted mess in their championship position. Because at first they started with a tournament to find out who would compete against Tessa Blanchard for her World Championship. It wound up turning into a triple threat for the number one contingent, or like a triple threat for the title, or a triple threat for the contingency. It was something like that because of events that happened. Then Tessa got fired, and so they stripped her of the belt, and so now the match is for the title. And then one of the other competitors of that match, Michael Elgin, has been let go. And so they've now decided to change the match into a multi-man bid for the title itself. That's not really their fault. It's not bad writing or anything. It's just circumstance. You've got to let people go. You have to let them go. But it just made the whole situation awkward. But, that's all I got right now. That's all I have for June. I'm making notes here for July. And I just really wanted to vent about the motorcycle ninjas. That's gonna stick with me for a while, I think. It's ridiculous. It feels like early 90s WWF writing to have gimmicks like these. Come to think of it, the whole I can do anything you can do, I can do better challenges, segments, those came off as early 90s vignettes from WWF. But those, I enjoyed those. Those were fine. Those kind of showed you the good 90s segments you could have. When it came to everything involving Akira Tozawa and ninjas, that showed us all the bad stuff from early 90s WWF. And I really hope they can do something better for Akira. I think he deserves something better than head of Ninja Clan. But because at best it's a joke gimmick. At worst, it's offensively racist. But either way, it's not going to help Akira's future, I don't think. Like, he won't progress in the company being a joke character like that. But anyway, enough of that. I hope to have some more things that might be more fun to talk about, more funny to talk about than Motorcycle Ninjas. Hopefully we'll have more to talk about next month. Until then, this was my first attempt at What the Wrestling, and hope to see you guys next match.